Hey guys, Eddie back with Couch Talk. Welcome back to the show. If it's your first time here, welcome to the show. Before we begin, please hit like, please hit subscribe below, hit the notification button, and we will start blasting off. We're going to continue with our Bill of Rights series today. We're going over the Sixth Amendment. Pretty straightforward, so I won't take too much time on it, but here it is. Sixth Amendment to the Constitution of the United States. In all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed, which district shall have been previously ascertained by law, and to be informed of the nature and the cause of the accusation, to be confronted with the witnesses against him, to have compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor, and to have the assistance of counsel for his defense. So yeah, pretty straightforward. A couple of different elements at play here. One of them is that you have a right to a speedy and public trial, right? So we mentioned last video how I kind of got strung along with continuances for years on end for a simple traffic violation. I don't know that that qualifies as a speedy trial. I think part of the problem is a lot of our courts are backed up, especially during the pandemic. It seemed that way. Obviously, as the populations in America grow, it will just become more and more necessary for us to strengthen the infrastructure of the justice system for us to be able to handle that kind of volume. But even now, I don't think our justice system is interested in trials, really. When I go down on a Monday to take a look at the court systems, it's just a bunch of plea bargaining. It's just $200, $200, $200, $200. It's just like a cashier, you know? Almost has nothing to do with justice. And most of those involve, plea bargaining in and of itself is kind of a subversion of the justice system. It's kind of like a way of like, let me just pay you some money and you can pretend like I didn't do what I actually did, which is kind of weird. I'm not sure I get the sentiment of that, but I don't have a good alternative yet. Public trial, definitely necessary because, if they can confine you and try you in private, then any of these freedoms that you were denied, you wouldn't be able to prove it because nobody would be able to witness it on your behalf. He gives you the right to be confronted with the crime. So basically they have to tell you what you're being charged with, who's making the accusation, whether that be the government or another person, and they can bring witnesses and you can bring witnesses. As far as the impartial nature of the jury, I'm not sure that is ever truly acquired. I think that, as we mentioned in the last one with the jury selection process, it's never going to be perfectly impartial. I remember when I went to jury duty one time, and they ask you these series of questions to try to either qualify you or disqualify you. One of the questions was, do you feel like you would be a fair and impartial juror in this case? And I remember at one point in time saying no, and they asked me why. I said, well, I personally can't ignore information that I've retained when I'm sitting in judgment of somebody. So let's say, for example, somebody says something in court, and I see it, and I see the witness's reaction or whatever was informative to me, and then at a later point in time someone objects, and then that gets stricken from the record. I told the judge that, listen, I can't ignore that. I've already seen it. It's too late, and it will be in my mind when it comes time to judge. And they say, oh, well, just do your best. So I don't know if that's if they're actually looking for impartiality. I think in that case it was the prosecutor who was the only person that had challenges left for the jury selection. So I'm pretty sure he wanted me on the team in that situation. So impartiality is questionable, but you definitely have the right to have your own witnesses. You have to have the right. This is basically just detailing your rights to defend yourself. All right. And it's pretty straightforward. If you guys have any questions about it or how it might play out, put those in the comments below. If you have any of your own experiences where you may or may not have, experienced a fair and speedy trial, I'm guessing we've all kind of had that delay at some point, but definitely post those below as well. And I'll catch you guys next time on Couch Talk.